Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 12 of the CLG Faithful podcast. I'm your host Nefarious, and I'm here to give you another week's rundown of all things CLG. My co-host this week is actually in Vancouver. He's watching the League North American Finals, so he won't be joining me this week. He's too busy having fun. So, first things first, I'm actually going to start off. There's an interview that happened with theScore eSports featuring Devin Nash, and I'll be sure to provide that in the show notes. It's worth watching. It's about an hour long, and I think it's something that all CLG fans should at least take a look at. Now, there was another interview about a month back by the Trinity Force Network at PAX East. We mentioned it previously on this show. I'll mention the show notes as well, just in case anyone missed that. And I suggest you start off with the Trinity Force one, followed by the Score Esports one, just going in chronological order. So, let's start things off with League of Legends. So the North American LCS Finals happened, and it was Team Solo Mid versus Cloud9. Now, TSM is the North American representative for the Mid Season Invitational. They won, and a 3-2 victory in what was a very great best-of-5 series to watch. And I highly suggest watching even if you are a neutral, which in this case we are. Now, as much as it sucks to root for TSM, and I feel a little sick just saying that myself, they are still the North American representative, and MSI does matter in terms of seeding and placement at Worlds, so we should want the North American representative to do well. Now, Team Solo Mid will be joining their counterparts, SK Telecom T1 from South Korea, G2 Esports from Europe, the Flash Wolves from Taiwan, Red Candids from Brazil, Vitrus Pro from the CIS Russia region, Rampage from Japan, Leon Gaming from Latin North America, Hysterus Gaming from Latin South America, Dire Wolves from Oceania, Gigabyte Marines from Southeast Asia, Supermassive from Turkey, and either Royal Never Give Up or Team WE from China. The finals match is yet to be played as of the time of this recording. MSI will be held in Brazil on the 28th of April to the 21st of May. TSM will start off in round 2 of the play-in stage, and the top 3 teams of the play-in stage will join G2, SKT, and the winners of the LPL region for the group stages. I'll be sure to provide a link in the show notes so you can get a quick link to look at the schedule and to figure out all things MSI. So, we move on to CLG Black. Alright, so CLG Black, they are in the battlegrounds to qualify for the North American Challenger Series for this summer, and they actually made it to the semifinals, so they've been doing pretty well for themselves. They went 1-2 versus eBoy Next Door, and then 2-0 versus Relentless Gaming, continuing off from the previous sets of games which we discussed last week. It's actually a few VODs that have been casted. One of them has been done by Shifter, and I'll be sure to link that as well. It's also on the CLG's Twitch TV page, and you can just get it right there directly from the VODs. Now, for more CLG stuff, Zixlaw, he has been very vocal about looking for more positional coaches. You can look to his Twitter page for more information. And actually, he was discussing the NALCS finals on post-league time. So go check that out if you want to get a little bit of a better idea as to how Zixlaw analyzes things and where he comes from. So, let's move on to Counterstrike Global Offensive. For CSGO Red, I actually don't have any matches that happened, as far as I know. But Miss Harvey did have her birthday on April 19th. And Dee had a birthday as today on April 24th as of this recording. So congratulations to the two of you. Hope you both had a very happy birthday. As for CLG Blue, so I'm going to start off with the eSports Championship Series Season 3, in which CLG played against Optic. Now they went 16-13 on Cash, and then they went 11-16 on Train. So they went 1-1 versus Optic. Now in the ESL Pro League, CLG first played against Complexity, in which they went 16-14 on Inferno. It was a very close set of games. And then they went 16-9 on Cash. Much more solid showing by them. Then, They go up against Renegades, and they go 22-18 on Cobblestone after an even 15-15 two halves. Definitely worth checking out. So, after that, they played one more game versus Renegades, and unfortunately, it was a crushing loss in which they go 2-16. But the boys had a pretty solid showing overall this week, and we should see them continue as always. There's actually a little bit of new content that's out for CLG, and this is the CLG video series called The Underdogs. Episode 1, of course, as always, we'll link in the show notes, and if you're a fan of the CLG Counterstrike, then it's totally worth checking out. Now, Overwatch. So the Overwatch boys played in the Overwatch Rumble Open Qualifier, and they got a bye into the second round. Then they go 2-0 against Rip Hammurabi, 2-1 versus Virtue, 2-1 versus Envision eSports, 2-1 versus Tempo Storm, and then finally 2-1 versus Rise Nation to score first place in the qualifiers. They were seeded into Group A with Rogue, Rise Nation, and Complexity Gaming. Unfortunately, they go 0-3 in the Group A, which means they actually went 0-6 in all three of the best of 3 series, and they placed 13-16 that particular slot in the Overwatch Rumble. It's a shame they couldn't do better, but they did get first in their qualifier, and we can always continue to expect them to grow. They've been doing steadily well and improving. Now, H1Z1 actually happened, and for those who don't know, this was just a fun little tournament that occurred, and CLG placed 4th behind Obey Alliance, World Best Gaming, and Luminosity. And they did 4th out of 15 other total teams, I should say. And it's just a fun little tournament to watch, and of course we'll provide a link to the show notes. And the nice thing about this is that, yes, you have a generic VOD that will go through the whole thing, but we've also got the player perspectives as well. So that should be really fun to watch. Pick your favorite player, or if you've really got the time, go through all of them. Now, last but certainly not least, just some miscellaneous CLG stuff. We've got a montage made by Hidden Spaghetti, who posted on the subreddit, and I'll post a link to the YouTube video. It's a few minutes long, but it's totally worth watching, and you know what? Yeah, the org's going through some tough times, but basically it shows that, hey, we're going to continue to improve, and we're going to fight for our spot next split, and hopefully we'll be making Worlds. And the last thing I have is a quick article written by the chef at CLG, and he wrote this on the 22nd of April, also known as Earth Day. And he talks about the sustainability of Counterlogic Gaming, basically talking about how CLG has attempted to reduce their waste and, just generally be better for the planet. It's just a quick 2-minute read, and of course, I'll be linking that. So that's all I've got for us this week. So as always, like, comment, subscribe, the usual stuff. And we are up on iTunes, Google Play, Pocket Cast, and more. If you think we've missed something, and just send us an email at clggaming@gmail.com or send us a tweet at CLG Faithful. Sorry, not CLG Gaming, CLG Faithful at gmail.com, or send us a tweet at CLG Faithful. Alright, that's all I've got for us this week. This is CLG Faithful signing off.